Yo, what's up? My name's Petrowski MTG, and if you're trying to play some paper Legacy Magic the Gathering, but not break the entire bank in the process, it's gonna break a little bit, it's how it goes. These are some cards to pick up right now while they're at their bottom out price or all-time low, or at least the lowest price they've been at for a very, very long time. I'll just go and jump into it very quick, hopefully helpful video. If it is helpful, you picked up some cards, like the video and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Alright, Mistrise Village from Merktide Regent. Magic's philosophy right now: print new sets, new cards, power creep, go, 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 go. While people are going, buying the new Edge of Eternities, buying the new Final Fantasy cards, people are already forgetting about Brazen Borrower, forgetting about Merktide Regent, forgetting about these, very new sets still that introduced a lot of powerful cards, things like Mistrise Village for Sneak and Show, and other show and tell style of decks in Legacy. Mistrise Village, I think, will definitely be something that pops up, not as constant as people may think, or not like super all the time. I could see it being a one of in certain like Delver lists in the future. Like if blue red Delver ever comes back, maybe Young Peasy steps back into the metagame. Maybe I'm dreaming too much, but would love to see like a new blue red Delver shell pop back up with some aggro variants. Okay, Mistrise Village, it is currently at around $6 a piece, and I think this is a card that is playable in a ton of formats. Very playable in Commander, very playable in Legacy. Maybe other things, I don't know enough about Modern and etc. So I think this could definitely go. It's a good utility land that makes your spells uncounterable, that goes in blue decks. It doesn't even need to be, I mean, ideally you want to be in like Izzet or Simic or obviously some tricolor of Teamer. How many Teamer big creature decks want this in Commander? That's another thing. So I think this card could definitely go up in value considerably in the future, but this is not financial advice. These are just my personal opinions. All right, next up, Crater Hoof Behemoth, been reprinted a ton recently. Crater Hoofs, you can pick up some Crater Hoofs now for $13. This is a card that is obviously Gaia's Cradle decks, Elves decks in Legacy, any green Commander deck pretty much, Natural Order Control or other Natural Order decks are going to want to play Crater Hoof Behemoth. It's the green finisher. Crater Hoof's always been good for a very, very long time for a very, very good reason. And you can pick them up for as cheap as $13, even $11 right now, which is crazy. Historically, it's been a $20, $30, $40 card, and different versions of it, we can actually scroll down here, are getting as low as $12.75 for the Jumpstart variant. There's $16 for this one. I personally am a big fan of the new this one. I really like this one. Well, not this one, not the super expensive one, but I think I picked up this one for like 20 or something, or 18 or something like that. There's a lot of really, really cool new versions of Crater Hoof, like the retro frame version for 13, 12 bucks. I think it's a great pickup right now. Merktide Regent. I think this card is just falling out of favor in the meta game, even though it's still a really powerful Legacy card in my personal opinion. Has dropped down to around 9 or 10 bucks. Wow. Used to be a $20 card, even at the highest, like 25 for a bit. Yeah, 25 to $20 card pretty consistently. A mythic from Modern Horizons 2. Keep in mind, when it's a mythic, it's a massive difference. Obviously, Merktide Regent seen in tons of blue decks in Legacy. It's a good like control finisher. It's good in Delver. It's good in pretty much any tempo deck, which we're just naming all the archetypes. Any blue deck that needs a way to push over the end and win, which is a lot of what Legacy needs. Merktide Regent, 10 bucks. Even this is 7 on the market at some points. I pick it up really cheap right now. Next up, Gristlebrand. How the King has fallen, unfortunately. Obviously, I don't see this card getting like unbanned in Commander, so if that's why you're picking it up, don't worry about that. In my personal opinion, I could be mistaken, but this absolute beast that does something that no other Magic card does. That's something you always have to factor in when you're picking up a Magic card, where you're worried about power creep or things changing. How many other Magic cards can do this, and do you think they plan on printing anything like this anytime soon? There's not really any other card where you just pay X amount of life on a creature, I guess. There's things like Necropotence. Obviously, there's like the stronger cards that do this, but you can't reanimate those. You can't reanimate the enchantments that do a similar effect. I think Gristlebrand's at a really, really cheap. I think the bottom low that it's been for a very, very long time. I was going over the all-time low list over on MTG stocks and just saw a bunch of amazingly powerful cards and thought to make this video hopefully help some people out pick up some cards right now while they're at their cheapest. So Gristlebrand down to around $5 or $6 for the Avacyn restored printing. You can even get an Innistrad remastered printing for about $3. Once again, he is a bit cheaper right now because he has fallen out of the modern metagame. You do see a few decks here. He is played sometimes. Is it Gristle Shoal? I had an old buddy who used to play that in modern, but I was never too familiar. Gristle Shoal decks in modern, as well as Black Red Reanimator used to play Gristlebrand, but now you don't really have to a lot of times. But you can still, he still played in, is it Tin Fins in Legacy, I believe, where you play Shallow Grave and you can reanimate him at instant speed and combo off at instant speed on your opponent's turn, and that's a massive factor. So Gristlebrand, check him out, $5 or $6, just a really good pickup right now. The cheapest he's been in absolute, I think, a decade, which is crazy. That's the crazy, over a decade, I'm sorry. Gristlebrand is right now the cheapest he's been since his printing in 2012. That is due to falling out of metagame, as well as, yeah, he's currently at his all-time low due to factors like falling out of the metagame, as well as reprintings in Innistrad Remaster, which that set I feel like just got super pushed past. Anyways, all right. Next up, Snaring Bridge, Mystery Booster 2 brought a lot of cool cards, reprinted a bunch of really cool cards. I feel like a lot of people have been sleeping on Mystery Booster 2. I picked up a fair bit of cards from there. The new card, the white, I like the white border stuff. It's not for everybody, but in Snaring Bridge, not even a white border version, I believe. It might be white border, I'm not totally sure. I would double check on that, but in Snaring Bridge, the cheapest version right now, it seems like Mystery Booster 2, you can get it as low as $5 to $6. $5 to $6 for Snaring Bridge. Historically, this has been like a $40 card in the past. Definitely has fallen out of metagame to a fair extent, but a very powerful card, which, once again, nothing really does what Snaring Bridge is doing. You know, that's the thing you have to factor in. An artifact for 3 CMC, if you don't know, creatures with power greater than the number of cards in your hand can't attack. It's a total lockout spell for certain styles of control or discard strategies. Here you can see, yeah, Snaring Bridge, over here, the last time it was this cheap was back in like 2013, 2014, before people discovered the power of it. And then it shot up to $20 and was $40 for the longest time, and then went down to around 20 and has now just been going down and down and down for the past few years, and now down to about 12 bucks. This is the cheapest Snaring Bridge has been in 11 years. 11 years. Okay. Next up, Chalice of the Void. Also a card that has kind of fallen out of the metagame, but I do think Chalice of the Void will come back, in my personal opinion. But, you know, I could be mistaken. It takes a deck with a lot of 1-drops to be powerful enough to bring this card back into the metagame, but has been an $80, $60 card in the past. Goodness gracious. I mean, always playable in Vintage, but obviously who's playing Paper Vintage besides Psychos? At least aspiring. Let's see here. So, like, look at Chalice. This is Masters 2025. Look at different versions of Chalice of the Void. If we scroll down, I think the art cards in here. That's a crazy inclusion. The original Mirrodin printing being around $22. Modern Masters being $21. Let's go check the price history on that. It was cheaper. Wow, I can't believe it was as cheap as $5. I can't even believe that, actually. So it's not the all-time low for Chalice of the Void. Let me just make that nice and clear for you guys. I don't want to misinform you guys, but it's the cheapest it has been. Currently, Chalice of the Void is the cheapest it has been since, I want to say, 2016. Or, I mean, the cheapest since it's been since 2015. So, the cheapest it's been in a decade. Not the cheapest it's ever been, but the cheapest it's been in a decade. Might be a good time to pick up a playset. Notoriously very expensive card. Notoriously very powerful card. Just locks some decks out of the game. With Ancient Tomb formats, being able to play this on City of Traders, Ancient Tomb, being able to play this on turn 1 at 1 is just so freaking powerful. Obviously, it just shuts some decks off. Okay, next up, not a base printing of the card. You could obviously get Brainstorms for a lot cheaper, but I really like this printing. It's not going to be for everybody. Brainstorm from Mystery Booster 2. I've always loved this art of the girl with the you know, her fingers on her temples and the green hair. I've always loved her. She's a really, really cool art. My favorite art of Brainstorm. And like the little like yellow orbs floating around her. Big fan of this art of Brainstorm. And currently the Mystery Booster 2-1 with the zoomed in art in the retro future sight frame is currently going for around $3 to $6, depending on. The hard part with mystery booster cards is actually finding them on TCG Player and finding them with like free shipping or like from certain shops. It's weird to find, or finding multiples of them. It was a very like not opened up product because it was very limited, obviously. So a lot of times most sellers only have one of them. You have to buy. That's the biggest problem with mystery booster 2 stuff, is it's really hard to get a play set of these brainstorms, which is why I think that I think mystery booster 2 might be one of the most slept on sets right now in terms of like underrated value in the future, but I could be mistaken. That's just my personal opinion. Next up, Brazen Borrower, the cheapest it's been, I think, since it's been printed. It was a $20 card, $10 to $20 card for the longest time. Bounced between 10 and 20 bucks for the longest time, and it has come down. Is now a $3 mythic from Wilds of Eldraine. So it's been a while now. It has been 6 years. Oh, sorry, Thrones of Eldraine. Excuse me. Has it been 6 years since that set? I'm getting old, boys. That's insane. All right, Throne of Eldraine. $3 card, $4 card. The cheapest it's been, a mythic from that set in a very long time. Not really reprinted too much either. That's the crazy thing. It's just kind of, once again, as Delver's fallen out of the metagame to some extent in Legacy, it's fallen out. But even here, you can see it's being played in Tempo Reanimator in a lot of decks in Legacy. Very powerful card still, as you can see. 43 decks for Reanimator, but it's a $3 to $4 card in paper. It's kind of crazy to me. Pick them up. It's a very usable card in different decks in Legacy. You don't need to just put it into one deck, and this will always have a home in Legacy to some extent, in my opinion, at least for a long time, even as a sideboard option, to answer non-land permanents, as well as present a Vendilion Click style threat. All right, next up, the final card I want to talk about is Rishad Import. Rishad Import is the cheapest it's been in a while, at least in certain forms. The original printing Mercadian Mask is unfortunately quite expensive. It's at 52 bucks USD. However, thanks to Mystery Booster 2 and thanks to Masters 2025, which to be fair, I don't love the art on this one, but that's, if it's your cup of tea, that's your cup of tea, go for it. Or at least the border rather, because it's like the same-ish art as these are the same art. I like the Judge foil. It's 15 bucks versus 5 bucks for this one. Make your own. You don't need, I don't know how many Rishad Imports you need. Usually Rishad Import was played in things like Goblins, things like Death and Taxes back in the day. Obviously, rest in peace, Death and Taxes. I would love to see it come back to the metagame. Death and Taxes, Goblins, other weird little creature heavy control-ish, tempo-ish decks like that want to lock down your lands. There are so many powerful lands in Legacy. If Wasteland is super powerful, Rishad Import is super powerful as well. Not as powerful, but still pretty darn powerful. Check out Rishad Import for sure. The cheapest versions, I believe, are around $5 or $6. And the last time, I think that is the cheapest they've ever been. It's historically been about a $20 card for Rishad Import, down to about, $10. It's been $10 for the past 2 or 3 years, and now it's down to 5. So it is down about 50% over the past 5 years. Once again, the Mystery Booster. I love the Mystery Booster 2 art. Very fucking cool art. Very pretty. Very zoomed in. It's around $3 to $6 right now, depending on what you find. So check out all of these cheap Legacy cards at the moment, either at their bottom out prices or a very, very low price, the lowest price they've been in a very long time. If you picked up any of these cards, let me know in the comments which ones you picked up. It would mean the world to me. Like the channel if you like the video, if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel. It would help me out a ton. I'm a very small, up and coming Magic creator. I have a lot to learn when it comes to Magic content, so I'm all open to all feedback, and I really appreciate anything you guys give me. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and enjoy the gathering.